Everyone, and in this video we'll be discussing a brief discussion on the topic of coronary heart disease, in which we have defect, which is single ventricular defect. So in this we have numerous pathologies. First of all, what is single ventricle defect? In simple definition, it is a congenital heart disease. It occurs when the patient has one ventricle instead of two, means one of the ventricle is underdeveloped or not fully developed, so the blood is pumped only by one ventricle. So that defect is actually called as single ventricular defect. So it is congenital, by birth it is present. And further in this classification we can see three types. First one is the left, which is called as this is a trace of the right ventricle. If the right ventricle is underdeveloped, then we called it as the left side. That is the first classification of the single ventricular defect. And right dominant ventricle, in which there is trace of the left. And in indefinite single ventricle, this is the third. So these are the three classifications which we will see in the single ventricular defect. Now we have numerous types. As I told you, we have numerous types in single ventricular defect. And first one we are having is the atresia of tricuspid valve. And what is the meaning? This that this defect is characterized by complete absence of tricuspid valve. And means your tricuspid valve is not fully developed, or it is fully absent. So there is no valve present, and that condition and pathology is called as atresia of tricuspid valve. And these are actually the defect because these tricuspid valve is present in between the ventricles. So that is why this pathology comes inside this single ventricular defect. And it is common in male and female both. There is no such gender ratio. It is common in both the genders, and 0.1 cases occurs per 1000 people. And what can be the risk factor for this pathology? The mother who is having diabetes, past diabetes, suffering for diabetes, and who is having excessive alcohol, or it has a genetic predisposition. Now clinic, you can see severe cyanosis in this patients of atresia, and if you do the diagnosis of ECG, you can find displacement of heart axis to the left and hypertrophy of left ventricle. So this pathology you can see on ECG. And now second type of single ventricle defect, we have the left heart hypoplasia syndrome. Hypoplasia means a decrease in number of cells, and this definition is underdevelopment of the components of the left side of the heart, and is also called as mitral atresia. This was tricuspid atresia, and this is mitral atresia. So in this image you can see, this is the image, you can see this is the hypoplastic ventricle, okay, and you can see compromised blood flow to the lungs. So there is no full supply of the blood to the lung, and blood is actually mixed in the left atrium due to underdevelopment of this mitral valve. So this is occurs on the left side of the heart, and it is also called as left heart hypoplasia syndrome, in which we see hypoplastic ventricle, and there might be some atrial septal defect also, due to which there is mixing of the blood between the atriums because of underdevelopment of this septum. Okay, so this was the second pathology in single ventricular defect. Now we have dual entry left ventricle. By the word, by the meaning, it is clear. It is a congenital defect in which the left and the right atrium of the heart are connected to the same ventricle. So meaning is that the right and the left atriums both are connected with the same ventricle. So there is no such left and right ventricles. Only one ventricle is there, and there is dual entry of both the atrium into the ventricles. So we have the symptoms like cyanosis. Meaning of cyanosis, bluish color on the skin. There will be fast heartbeat and heart murmur, you can also see in this patients. Okay, now fourth one we have is a double vascular discharge from the right ventricle. So aorta and the pulmonary trunk are whole or predominantly derived from the right ventricle. Okay, so this is a double vascular discharge from the right ventricle. And now fifth one we are having is the pulmonary atresia with an intact intraventricular septum. So as the name suggests, this is also atresia. So atresia of, in this case we have atresia of pulmonary valve, which lead to the lack of the communication between the outflow tract of the right ventricle and the pulmonary artery. So there is a lack of communication between actually your right ventricle and between your pulmonary artery, and this pathology is called as pulmonary atresia with an intact intraventricular septum. Okay, so this diagram you can see, here we can see patent ductus arteriosus. You can see this here. This is a pulmonary artery here, okay, and this is a right atrium, as I told you, and this one is right ventricle. So there is lack of communication between this right ventricle and pulmonary artery. So this is actually called as pulmonary atresia, you can say, or pulmonary atresia with an intact intraventricular septum. Okay, so there can be ventricular septal defect also. In this image you can see there is opening between two ventricles. This is the boundary between two ventricles, and there is also atrial septal defect also between two atriums. So the meaning is that there is no connection between your pulmonary artery and your right ventricle because of underdevelopment of your pulmonary valve. Clear? Now next we have Ebstein's anomaly. Ebstein's anomaly, and what happens in this case is that this is a tricuspid valve which is placed in wrong position. That is at the position, exact position of tricuspid valve. From that it is positioned little bit lowered into the right ventricle, and cups are not fully formed, that is deformed, due to which there is reverse blood flow. Okay, so there is regurgitation, you can say, or reverse blood flow back to the right atrium, and which leads to the decrease in the efficiency of the heart. So this image you can see, in this image you can see this is the Ebstein anomaly, and then you can see there is one pathology, this is atrial septal defect, and enlarged right atrium, and underdeveloped your small right ventricle, and abnormal tricuspid valve. Okay, so as I told you, there is abnormal means the position of the tricuspid valve by the anatomy, it is not positioned on exact position, but it is little bit lowered, and due to which there is a small right ventricle and enlarged right atrium, and this condition you can see is Ebstein's anomaly. Okay, so and in this case you can see also atrial septal defect. This was 6 pathology, and symptoms you can see dyspnea and fatigue, rapid heart rate, and bluish color of the lips, as I told you, cyanosis, lack of oxygen to the cells in the skin, and the treatment can be the surgical treatment approach, include a tricuspid valve replacement. So you can do a tricuspid valve replacement treatment as a surgical treatment in this case. And 7th one is atrioventricular septal defect. So atrioventricular septal defect is nothing, there is the septum between the atrium ventricle is not fully closed, there is gap, and due to which there is mixing of the blood from the atrium and the ventricle. So this is a defect of the intra-arterial and ventricular septum of the varying degrees, and the case of this pathology is around 0.24 to 0.31 per 1000 births, and disease is also associated with the persons who are suffering from Down syndrome. So Down syndrome is a risk factor for this case. And there can be the 8th pathology for this ventricular defect can be wrong position of the heart, as we know that if the apex of the given organ located in the right side of the chest, then that is called as dextrocardia, and midline mesocardia, and if it is isolated it is called levocardia. So this is a wrong position of the heart. If the heart is placed in the wrong position, not on the exact position, then we use these terms. Okay, if it is on the right side of the chest, then it is called a dextro, midline if it is meso, and isolated, then it is called a levocardia. Now complication from the above pathologies, we have arrhythmias. The patient can have atrial arrhythmias and aortic valve insufficiency or regurgitation, stenosis. These are the complications which the patient can develop. And statistics of this single ventricle is around 5 to 10 out of 1 lakh newborns. So the 5 to 10 patients suffer from this pathologies out of 1 lakh new births. So this was a single ventricular defect. Okay, thank you.